Hello. So today I'm going to be going over the sense the census systems that we have and some sensory tools that can be used um, in the classroom, outside of the classroom, um, basically anywhere for kids who have some sensory difficulties due to autism, ADHD, any sort of um, any sort of disability. So I'm going to first go through the different sensory systems that we have. So the first one is the tactile system, and that's basically our touch um, and everything, like how we feel when somebody touches us or any kind of stimulus touches us. The second one is the auditory system, which is sound, basically what we hear every day. Visual system is what we see. Um, the olfactory is what we smell. Um, Gustatory is our digestion and anything to do with our mouths and chewing and swallowing. Um, Vestibular is our coordination and our balance, and the proprioceptive system is sort of similar to that. It's sort of similar to vestibular. It's sort of like our nervous system and how certain stimuli make us feel, basically all over our body, and our balance, posture, basically things like that. So for the tools, it's kind of hard because I really wish that I had some tools to show um, and to experiment with, but I don't at the moment. But I will go through some, and maybe you can kind of imagine what they'd feel like and what they'd look like and all of that. So for the tactile and touch, there's different toys that can help with this. There's spiky balls that you can get, and the texture is mostly, I think it's made out of like a plasticky material, but it has spikes in it. So, kids can play with them with their hands and touch them, and that sometimes helps with their sensory. For auditory, a lot of kids specifically have some have a lot of auditory sensitivities, and especially in the classroom, if it's really loud, or even outside, if a loud truck goes by, or even in bathrooms, they can have the blow dryers that are really loud, and basically anywhere where there's loud noises. And a lot of kids will benefit from noise canceling headphones to help with that. Basically, noise canceling headphones, you put them on and it blocks out all noises, which is really good for that. Visual, for visual, there can be, let's see here, there's some tools you can use, like say even a water bottle, and you can put food coloring in a water bottle, or some like sparkles that you can get even at the dollar store, and you could shake it up and it shows, and basically it creates the colors, and people with autism or any sensory difficulties really like that, looking at that. Also, there's lava lamps too. Lava lamps, you plug them in, and when they get hot, the materials inside of the lava lamp will move around, and I'm not even sure what it's made out of, some sort of gloop, like gel stuff, and it just moves around, and there you can get different colors of that as well, and it lights up, which is pretty neat. And so that could be used for visual. Olfactory for smells. I mean, if somebody is sensitive to smells, I mean, they wouldn't want to smell anything. But for somebody who doesn't have a sensitivity, who likes to enjoy smelling things, there you can buy or even make. There's little bottles, and they're filled with different scents, and it just depends on the smell. Like you can get like a cedar smell. You can get just basically any type of smell, and some kids like that, and you can do that as an activity even. The Gastari, for digestion and that sort of thing, and chewing. There's a chewing toy that you can actually get, because I know I've worked with some students that have, chewed their sweater or their shirts, and there's a bunch of drool on their shirts and stuff like that. But these specific toys, they're obviously non-toxic and that sort of thing, and they can just chew on those and bite them, and I think it's made out of like a silicone sort of thing, so it doesn't damage their teeth or anything like that, and it's safe. And if they chew on that, it'll save you some shirts, and it's just better. It's better for them overall, and it helps with that need to chew and to bite and that sort of thing. Vestibular, for the balance and the coordination, there's balance boards, balance balls, and that helps sort of to feel just even, because I know a lot of kids who have this vestibular, they can be walking but be swaying or bump into things or trip over their own feet, and this sort of helps with that. And I think an occupational therapist would be best for teaching students and others how to use these things, and basically demonstrate the benefits of using the balance tools. Proprioceptive, sometimes that word's hard to say, is sort of, I think, like vestibular a little bit, whereas it's dealing with the central nervous system and our entire body, and how we react to certain things, and that. And I know a lot of kids with sensory, they will freak out. They will get very upset, and it's sometimes hard for them to explain why they're getting upset and why it's what's bothering them. So we kind of have to be their eyes in that case and try to come to the bottom of what's going on. So in this case, I know that weighted blankets help a lot with sort of calming the body down. Yoga helps, meditation. I know that there's a lot of snooze-alum rooms in schools for students who get agitated and they can't explain it, and sometimes being in the snooze-alum room, it's like us if we're getting anxiety over things, and sometimes it's hard to explain, but for kids it's even harder. So I think that having these tools really helps, and I think that we are all becoming more aware of these sensory issues and autism, and we've really grown in that way. And I'm just happy that there are these tools available, and and that we can use them to these children's benefit.